Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of Shit I Shouldn't Say.
So we're going to be saying a lot of shit that we probably shouldn't say, and this is the first warning. I don't want to hear anybody bitching about it on iTunes or on our YouTube page. You already know what this shit is going to be about, so it's not going to be anything pretty. So if you are sensitive or you give a shit about politics, religion, race, and things like that, you might not want to listen because it's going to be tough. It's going to be rough.
Yeah, it's your boy Leo Bishop, and it's your homeboy Sleep
the Fraternity. If you follow me on social networking, Sleep the Fraternity at all social networking. Also for the homie Leo Bishop. Also you can find him under Leo Bishop on social networking as well. Now we got a producer in the house. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi.
Hey.
that's the producer.
I'm gonna say some shit
that he probably shouldn't say.
Right.
Exactly. No, I'm Jerry Saylor. I'll be behind the scenes here, keeping it real for y'all.
Hell yeah, keeping it real all the time. So, basically, this is the first show, and we don't have a theme song yet, but that's fucking coming along. I got a couple guys working on it, and I'm gonna actually do some music shit for it, so you can expect that on about the second or third episode. We ain't really too worried about that right now. We just really want to talk some shit, so I kind of want to get into that today first. So this first episode is called Black Privilege. Yeah, Bish. Now we always hear about white privilege, whether it exists or not, who knows. To black people it exists, to white people it's not a thing at all.
I'm still waiting for mine to clear.
It's buffering.
You might hang out with too many black guys. They might have cut your shit off.
It's not like 60%. It's
But no, you know what I'm saying? Basically in the way that, black people have privileges too in some ways. And that's what we're going to talk about. I got the idea, honestly, from this chick on my social networking today on my Facebook page. I'm not going to say her name. She's a fucking idiot. She's really pretty, though. But those two things usually go hand in hand, right?
Damn.
So basically, she was talking about, she had a really pissy day today. She went to now this girl is like a straight Valley white girl, you know what I'm saying? She said,
my God.
Yeah, she's that one. Yeah, that bitch. With the dog in the purse type bitch.
Oh, not the dog, no.
Yeah. So she's on here and she's like, oh my God, I went to a black owned hair store. First thing I'm thinking is why? What are you gonna buy from a black owned hair store?
She probably needed a comb or something.
Fucking with the fist,
some
the
rubber
fucking pick with the
something.
fucking fist
They
on it.
they sell regular combs too,
Well, anyway, she went there. She said she spent $80. I don't know what the fuck she bought for $80. Right. And she made it a point to say $80, like she had like fucking just bought them out of all of their inventory or some shit. So she spent $80, and she said she got there, and a black girl accused her of stealing a $1 lip gloss. Okay, so she was really offended by that, and so she's like, "Oh my God, I will never ever go into a black-owned store ever again." But this is not racist. All right. Oh, usually if you have to say it's not racist,
yeah, it's a little bit racist.
It might be on the border there of being racist.
You didn't have to look around and see who your company was first.
Right.
So you're good, man.
Is John still over there?
Yeah, that's crazy as hell. I mean, come on now. First of all, before we get into it, like, why would you be spending $80 at the hair store?
Exactly. I don't even.
I mean,
as
a white chick, I can't imagine at a black hair store what you spending $80 on. First of all,
I doubt it was $80. She probably bought like her boyfriend because she fucks with. And that's the funny thing.
But even as a black dude,
her children are mixed. Maybe she bought some fucking curl activator or some shit. I don't know.
I buy clippers.
Right, exactly.
I bald head, so I bought balding clippers at the store or whatever. Them shit's like $50. I ain't even leave out the store that day spending $80.
Right.
And I bought a big purchase. I can't even imagine. Even if she was buying like perms or whatever to make her hair more thick, right? Do the opposite. Than they do the black chick's hair.
Curl that shit.
That shit only like what? I don't even know.
That shit like $12 just for me. You get a motherfucker just for me perm. But yeah, she spent $80 and she's like totally pissed off about it. Like, I'm never going to a fucking black owned store ever again. Now mind you, this white woman has mixed children. She loves the black D. That's for sure. We know that. So why are you saying shit like that? Like, honestly, you just gonna totally generalize a whole race of people because of one idiot.
Did it just happen? Did she say like, I just left the store?
Yeah, she had just left.
She probably was,
And I'm sure that shit sounded like super dope in her head before she put it in text on the Facebook post. Like, oh my God, they're gonna like fucking love me, and I'm gonna get a lot of likes for this.
You know what? That's the thing.
Wrong.
Like the convention's still going on. I'm gonna hashtag RNC.
She's so close. What it is she messed with black dudes and all that. Obviously, she met like affiliated around black culture, so she might be like experiencing black privilege or like seeing what black privilege is, and you know what comes with black privilege. For those that don't know, is we get to complain about a lot of shit.
Yeah,
you know,
we get to make racial jokes.
She's probably used to like black people being discriminated in the store or something, and we creating a big uproar about it. So she's like, "Oh shit, the same thing finally happened to me. Like it's my turn, like to express, my fucked up moment. You know, like so. I think that's
it's like fucking Xbox, like achievement unlock popped up on her screen and shit.
Level 9
discrimination. You have just been discriminated against.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So yeah, I mean, it was insane. So she made the post, and you know, I get on the post and I'm looking what everybody's saying. Everybody's like destroying her. Like, it wasn't even that many black people on there destroying her. It was actually a lot of white people on there destroying her. Like, hey, you can't just like generalize a whole goddamn race of people because you had one bad experience. Like, you know, what if you go to like a fucking ice cream store or something and then they fuck up your ice cream or they're rude to you? Would you just gonna like say you're never fucking with ice cream again? Like, that's just nonsense. You can't run around doing that. So she deleted that post and then she made another post.
The like, clean up.
Yeah, the clean. Well, no. She was still she was not gonna double down. Right. She was not gonna take this L. This L was not happening. So she deleted the post and then she was like, oh my God, how come white people can't be discriminated against? Black people only think that they could be discriminated against. And then that one got ugly again. She deleted that post and then did another one. Damn. And I'm like, listen,
the triple down?
Yeah, I had to fucking say something at that point. Like, listen, every time you delete and create another one, you sound more like a bigot. Just take the L and just say that you shouldn't have fucked with that place. Don't give them your money anymore. You didn't have to put all the black people in
those
shit.
Black people was wrong or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm like, we would have got behind you. Everybody would have. If you would have put the name of that place and say they discriminated against you, then like, hey, nobody, don't shop here. These people are dicks. Then all the racists could have got behind you. But when you generalizing a whole race of people, you're not really gonna get anybody to agree with you except for like people who vote for Trump. The only motherfuckers who gonna agree with something like that. And you had them little pockets of them in the post, like, yeah, those black people, don't listen to them. You're allowed to think whatever you want to think, baby. And like his fucking profile pic is a Confederate flag and shit with him standing there with a gun in front of that type of shit.
But shit, she do got the right to feel the way she feel. But at the same time, like, you can't control how people gonna react to your expression, especially in the on Facebook or whatever. Come on, man.
She was calling them haters. She was like, you guys are just haters. People just use that shit is super overused.
You disagree with everything, anything.
Like, why are we hating?
A hater
what are you talking about? Nobody was even thinking about you before you said that. But that gave me the whole idea for this whole segment or this whole show is black privilege. Now, we can do that. We can bitch about being discriminated against, and we do it a lot. And I guess she felt like she could do it and not have any issues. But that's a privilege that we get to have. We get to do racial jokes. We get racial jokes. We get to say we're better in sports. We get to say that we're better dancers. And
I can vouch y'all both. I don't care how shitty y'all dance. You dance better than me. I'm gonna say that right
now. That's a calling card of ours. We'll dance your ass out the gym. We got that, and we get to scream discrimination, largely because it does happen a lot. So you can't do it. You can't do it all the time. I mean, I've been followed through a million stores in my life and shit. I don't, make Facebook posts about it and things like that. But I mean, I just think that that's something that's like prevalent in our society, and it's just odd to see a white person make a post about it and be so vigilant.
Yeah, it's like we do have privileges. It kind of come from a disadvantage, though.
Right.
what some people don't realize is though, it's like she's looking at it like, well, I'm not creating a disadvantage for anybody, so why am I being discriminated? She probably looking like, shit, I went out my way to go to the damn store
to help
in
y'all.
the first place, and then y'all gonna shit on me on top of it and accuse me of $1. I spent $80, you know,
Right.
and for one, you know, but
And she was a pretty white girl.
but if
She
that
made
was
sure to put that on there.
if that was if that was a black woman, you know, she would have let everybody know if she was angry and shit just as well, you know. We probably would have been rocking with her. It's true, you know. I can see it now. Oh, that's fucked up. I ain't going to shop with them motherfuckers. Everybody would have been on her side or whatever. So do you think that the girl was wrong because she expected other people to agree with her, or she was wrong for just expressing it? Like, what was wrong about?
I don't think she was wrong at all for feeling the way she feel. I mean, stupid people are every fucking where. Like, your opinion is your opinion. Opinions can be fucking wrong, though. People think that they can't be. You can't just say certain shit, or you can, but just expect people to not fucking agree with that bullshit. You can't just run around saying
so
things.
So you more or less
bothered
bothered by the fact that she was mad that everybody didn't agree.
I was bothered by the fact that she wouldn't take the L. Oh shit, yeah, you know. And no, my producer was asking me, did she have the white lady haircut that fucks all black guys? You know, that fucking short haircut with the fucking.
See that's
she did not have that.
Wait, hold on, wait. That haircut too is only for a certain age bracket though.
Yeah. You
gotta be like over 30.
It's between 33 and I say 46 or so. Yeah. That's that age group where they're just looking to have a little bit of fucking fun and shit. That's the Tinder haircut. Fucking plenty of fish haircut. But no, her biggest issue is that she wouldn't take the L. Because honestly, I don't believe she is racist.
Right.
I just think that, like I say, the shit sounded really good in her head when she was thinking about making the post, and it just, it was a dud. You know,
I mean, I guess it got to be shitty in a way to just, you know, I mean, this is one of the white disadvantages. You got to be shitty to wake up every day and constantly hear people just shitting on, like, yo people, so to speak. Yeah. You know, you just got to sit back and, like, take
like, white
shit.
people
like,
did this.
Yeah, like,
white people keeping me down.
Yeah, it's like,
you know, said white person makes fucking $9 an hour, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, yeah.
I make less than you.
Yeah, that shit is real. Like, so, you know, I understand in a sense, like, where she was coming from, because it's not right, regardless who it happened to, and she do have the right to express that. Just because we go through shit, you know, we get allowed to scream the shit from the rooftop, and then she's seeing it from a close range standpoint. It got to be kind of tricky to deal with that. Like, if I was in another country, you know, and I was around like Palestine or something like that, you know, and I'm in the middle of that type of war they got going on, and I'm around one side, and then I see like some Israeli dudes complaining about some shit here and there, we gonna be like, man, shut the fuck up, you know, and y'all out here bombing the shit out of whatever, you know. That's how people think though, so we automatically dismiss people. So do you think that, like, take that post away, right? Let's just say, like, how you think black people would react to her making the post. Let's take you said most of them was white people. Take them away. How did most of the black people react? It was primarily like, shut the fuck up, right?
Well, what they basically, in so many words, they were basically saying, welcome to our world. How's it feel?
That's fucked
and
up.
that doesn't help people, because you're like, fuck you, all right?
I understand that.
That shit doesn't happen to you every day.
I understand that feeling too, you know. Like, that's the weird thing about it.
That's basically what's saying is, look, it happened to you one time and you can't accept it. Try this happening to you since you were 6 years old walking around Walmart.
Yeah, because that's
motherfuckers ain't gonna ban Walmart.
That's the black disadvantage though. It's like, you can get discriminated in Arab store or a white store or something like that, but it's like, you can't help it. Like, it's not enough black stores for you to just exclusively be like, I'm not shopping white anymore. Man, it's the most militant black dude right now in Walmart. Half his house.
Thermals.
Fuck that. 85% of his house is American. The other 15 ain't even black. That shit is Chinese.
I don't trust that shit, man. I don't fucking trust it. They talking about, you know, because of all the shit that's happening with race, they're like, all black people come on, let's band together, let's put all our money in black banks. And I'm like, I'm gonna need these credentials.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't know, these motherfuckers might go out of business.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's what banks do. Like, anyway.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just going. I could trust.
I
could trust JP Morgan Chase, man. They've been around for a long time.
You know, throw a little something.
I know they're evil. I understand that. But goddamn it, I got a family.
Like, throw a little something.
I can't trust the Kimba Credit Union. No,
you can throw like $35 in there. If she can go spend 80 at the black hair store, at least you can do is put 80 in the black bank.
I opened the account. Goddamn it.
For the free credit, like you open a checking account, you get like $100 free.
Yeah. Hey, fuck all of that.
Fuck it.
But that's what they saying. Like, you know what? Just go to your own people's fucking stores and shit. I'm like, yeah, not gonna happen.
All right. How much of your black privilege would you be able? All right, let's say like, you know, dancing. We can dance. You know, we got more rhythm.
Right.
You know, we kind of created like most of the music genres and shit. What
y'all can play a mean bass guitar too.
Yeah, I can. But,
that's true, right?
You're right.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Just the bass though, not the guitar. We don't fuck around with the guitar too much.
Okay,
but the bass,
fair
we all
well,
that bass.
That motherfucker electric though. Hey,
who was it?
Up
What's
on
this?
the electric guitar.
Hendrix.
You keep calling him Lenny Kravitz.
Man, nigga dressed the same, man. Fucking skinny jeans and shit.
It's like the second conversation he did call Jimi
But
Hendrix.
don't they look the same?
No, they don't.
They black.
I don't think
just,
so.
Just call him Lenny Hendrix.
I don't think Jimmy Kravitz.
Jimmy Kravitz.
Listen, I bet you it's a rapper somewhere on World Star right now named Jimmy Kravitz. I swear to God. Think about it. But how much of your black privilege would you be willing to give away, you know, for like some white privilege? Let's say I'm going to swap this out, you know.
I would give up the dance because I can't
for
dance,
what,
but
though?
I don't.
For what? I mean, let's not be outrageous and say like, you know, you're gonna get some major shit like no police harassment for a year. Like that's like, asking.
What would you give up to have like old ladies open doors for you? Or like to let you walk them across the street or something.
Old ladies open doors for me out of like fear.
I'm about to say it's fear.
Be overly nice and shit. Like come on, like come on for real. I know you
walk in front of me. I don't want you behind me.
Exactly, that's what it is. She like go ahead and go. She don't want you behind me.
That's funny.
All right, I would give up my ability to dance for 6 months in order to date the white girls who can't date black guys because their families don't agree with it. Because they really want to, but their mom and dad will stop funding them, or their friends will stop hanging out with them and shit. Run into these issues a lot in college. I fucking this one girl. She was on the tennis team and she had a twin. And so I was having sex with her, and then every time we would get done, she'd be like, "Oh my God, please don't let my sister find out," because her sister was racist, but she wasn't racist.
Damn.
It was weird as fuck. So, you know, the homie Sherm, we both got her to do some sexual favors for us one night. She did something for me, and I had her sent her over to my white friend, and I think that would make up for it a little bit. Yeah, you just got some black dick, but you about to follow it up with some white, you know, kind of make it kind of even there. And we took her to White Castles. Damn. Afterwards.
Did her sister ever find out?
No, her sister never found out.
You know what's crazy, though? It's off topic, but not off, but semi. I used to talk to this black chick, you know, Jamaican and her parents were Jamaican and African, but her daddy
double dose.
Her daddy made her stop talking to me.
Oh, you want why?
Her daddy worked for like the government, you know what I'm saying, and he running my name.
He knew you weren't about shit.
Yeah. You know, she coming and telling me like,
if he was in the NSA, man, he probably saw your search history.
Like
right. He's into animal porn.
Yeah,
stop talking to him.
But yeah, he stopped. You know, her car. The way he finally got her, it's like she was still talking to me and shit. Her car broke down one time, and it was like some stupid expensive type of shit, and it was in his name, and he refused to fix it unless she stopped talking. So I stopped talking to her. Like, I ain't about to be out here fucking up your life and shit over some dumb shit. But that's just crazy that you said that made me think of that. But fuck all that. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Like, that ain't enough. Dancing just to smash some chicks because you already smashing them.
Yeah, but I can't fucking. Yeah, I'm smashing the ones that can fuck black dudes. You know,
anybody can.
Listen.
Like, you know,
listen. Let's stop acting like it don't exist. All right. First of all,
what you mean? The parents that
I want to stop acting like the white women who just jump out the window and fuck black guys. There's a bit of a difference between the ones who won't. The ones who won't, them the ones that I want. I want the ones that don't want to do it. I don't want the ones with the fucking haircut that you told me about. I don't want them. I'm tired of them. It's always, she always, marginally overweight, like a fucking 170 pounds. She always got that goddamn haircut. She usually drives a big car, like a fucking Escalade or some shit like that.
As a representative of the white people,
the delegation,
we're going to offer up every woman with that haircut to you.
Y'all already have. Y'all think y'all fucking slick, man. Y'all send them over here. Like, oh, okay, I know it's the same shit. She weighs 170. She drives a fucking SUV. She listens to Future. She has fucking 3 kids. Her son is 12 and he's a little mixed boy and he fucking plays football. It's the same bitch all the time. All the time. She lives in a 2-family house. She lives on the side. You got to go to the fucking side door. She could kind of cook a little bit.
Yeah.
Her fucking baby dad is in jail. It's always the same bitch all the time. I want the other ones. I want the ones y'all harboring. Y'all harboring the good bitches.
Hey, they definitely out there though. Hey, I know what you're saying though, but shit, that ain't enough. Dancing is life. I need to. I can't even
though I don't do it, it's nice to know that I could.
Like I can't even imagine like dancing off beat. Like I was listening to this, watching this comedian on Netflix last night, a black dude, and he was talking about something similar to that, and everything we talking about just made me think of that, and I'm like, man, shit, I'm not giving up anything, but I mean, damn.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to, in order for us to share these privileges. Do you think at some point, just to even get more extreme with it, you think at some point that racism will be fully gone, just done with?
Nah.
Why not? What's the fundamental reason why it sticks around?
Honestly, racism is an excuse. Like, it's just another thing on the list of excuses not to like another person. Right. That's really how I look at it. Like, if we was all the same race, eventually I'll find a reason not to like your ass.
Yeah, like we don't fuck with short. We don't fuck with short niggas. Right. Or we don't fuck with fat dudes.
Or like we bald, so now we don't fuck with niggas with long hair.
True.
Or
so humans will always find a race. Because it ain't like motherfuckers start killing each other once races get with each other.
Right.
When black people were in Africa, they were already killing each other. When white people were in fucking Europe, they were already killing each other.
Look at it like
this. Shit didn't start when
from
we
the
met
beginning of time.
Right.
People have been killing people. Let's say the beginning of time, they say it was only one race of people.
Right.
They were still killing each other. So right there alone, just even if you want to take religion,
class is always there. So
Cain killed Abel. Let the Bible tell it. That's his brother, and they was the same people.
And he did it for some whole shit.
They looked the same. They super connected the guy, so to speak, in the storyline and whatnot, and he still wiped him out over next to nothing. So at the end of the day, people gonna find a reason not to like each other.
Very true.
No matter what.
True. Very true. And what the funny thing is, she was trying to justify what she did, and she was saying shit like, and guys, I'm not racist. I have mixed children, and I I have sex with black guys and shit like that. Basically, that's what she was saying. But I don't think that makes you not racist. I mean, that means you like good sex. Even fucking slave masters were fucking slaves, and they hated slaves to the fucking bone gristle. They would have sex with the slave and then fucking stump the baby's head or some crazy shit like that. So in order to have sex with a motherfucker, don't mean that you have to not hate them. Mm-hmm. I don't think the two are connected. The dick bone with the brain bone.
The dick bone.
There's a brain bone.
There's a dick bone.
Hey, right. The dick is the bone. Like, it's the boner. No. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's no excuse. All right, you can't tell me that you fuck black guys. That's why you're not racist.
I mean, honestly, everything comes down to fear. That's what I think. Everything comes down to fear. Hate, insecurity. It's whatever, disliking another human for whatever reason. The list I talked about, different excuses or whatnot. It all come down to fear. We don't want to be controlled. It's fear of other people controlling you, or you not being able to control yourself. One way or another, that's all it come down to. You can translate that shit. All the problems in life, drinking and drugging and shit, crazy, anything you can think of, it's usually got something to do with fear if you break it down. So that's all racism is and shit. So I don't think just because you have sex with somebody makes you not racist, but just because you have sex with people, that don't mean you're not afraid of them. So that still can pop back up. It's hella women in abusive relationships that love the dude, and they still like
and they're super fearful of him.
So
let me ask y'all this: Y'all ever hate fuck the shit out of somebody?
Oh man, I can't get into that shit, man.
Really?
I've been asked. Yeah, it's always white women too. They always want me to. Listen, check this out.
No, I ain't talking about like choking a bitch or slapping her around. I'm talking about like
angry sex,
like angry, like you so fucking mad at them that all you can do is take your aggression out.
I can't even fuck when I'm mad.
Yeah, I'm disgusted.
Man, don't even fucking touch me.
I'm disgusted by you when I'm mad and shit. I'm different. Like it's different. I'm like, see, my problem is like stubbornness. My stubborn level is like at an all time like high. I think I'm like top 10 like stubborn motherfuckers in the history of the. I'm at least say the United States. You know, let's keep it marginal here.
Yeah, I mean that's how I am. I can't fuck it. I can't fuck if I'm angry. It's just not gonna happen.
Never been able
but
to
I do got
that.
a pretty cool story as far as hate fucking. I think this is a little bit more extreme than that. But it's about around 2004, 2005. I was at NKU at the time, and you know I was on fucking MySpace. This was back when MySpace was still popping. And an old white lady hit me up. She was probably about 40 something. And then we got to talking, and she sent me like little nasty pictures of her old ass. And you know, we talking, and she's telling me like, I got this fantasy. I want to see if you want to do it with me. And I'm like, yeah, I'll fuck an old bitch. And I always like old bitches. I fuck old bitches all the time.
That ain't it.
I fuck older bitches than her. When I was like 21, I fucked a bitch that was like 58.
I need to adjust myself real quick. Hold on.
Look, I'm dead.
Keep talking now.
He said 58.
Look, I'm dead serious. I met her on like a swinger site and shit.
She ain't even alive no more.
I blew that old ass back out. And I still got pictures, but we ain't gonna get into that. But anyway, so this chick is like, look, we can do this. I'll send you my address, and I'm gonna be home all weekend. My husband's not gonna be home. Her husband was a truck driver. And she was like, I'm gonna give you the address, and I'm gonna leave all the windows open, but that's it. She like, I need you to come in at some point, make it a surprise, and rape me.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so I'll come through, and then, you know, we'll play around. She was like, no, I need you to really rape me. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you until you get me tied up. And then after you get me tied up, then I'll stop fighting, and then we could just have fun.
Wow.
Obviously, I had to pass on that because it sounded like a fucking setup. Her fucking neighbors see a fucking young black man crawling through the window, and next thing I know, she acting like we didn't have that fucking conversation and shit.
I had that proposition to me before.
A rape? A simulated rape?
Yeah, I turned that shit down in the quickness.
Hell yeah.
You ain't about to have a fucking flashback on me. And, I don't know where this coming from, you know, like, because I've read and heard things about, like, you know, that happening to people, and then that make them, you know, somehow, you know, fantasize.
I think her fucking husband gonna be in the closet or something. Like, I think they just want to kill a nigga or something, and so they're gonna do this, and then her husband gonna act like he came home bunny ears, and then caught me there, so now he get to do a fucking rage killing and get away with it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Both their fantasies got fulfilled in the same scene.
Yep.
Damn, that's kind of live.
It's not. Yeah, exactly.
And it's creative though.
It is creative.
Give them credit. Like, we're talking about it like it really happened that way. Like, wow. Oh man.
Yeah, so that's the weird thing that happened with me with you know, a woman and a rape, a simulated rape. Like, but I can't get into that kind of thing. I can't. I mean, I could do some light choking. We could do some light choking, or ass smacking. We could do some light choking, light smacks. You know, light smacks ain't bad.
Maybe it's just a white thing, man.
I think it is.
But
man.
I'm totally into that, and I know a lot of chicks, a lot of white chicks.
They do.
That they're like, choke me till I quit squirming.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay.
We talking
I got no problem with it. I don't care.
We talking about black privilege, like that's a form of white privilege. I have learned that through porn. You know, in pornos, white dudes be damn near like felony 3 assault on the mouth and the throat and shit. Like,
I've seen it. Yeah, like, that happened.
She leaned over the bed.
I subscribe to that shit.
Like, like, wow.
Yeah, I've seen it get pretty raw. I saw this one.
See, what it was
he like fucked the girl face till she almost died, and then she threw up, and then he made her lick up to throw up.
Wow.
Yeah,
can you send me the link to that?
He said,
turn that shit off.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like, what are we doing here? I'm not into this.
See, black dudes. Sometimes we worried about like going it. We like. Who said that? Was it Dave Chappelle? He said like every black dude is like a certified paralegal and shit. Like he's like, nah, nigga, that's 5 to 10. Like, you know, no, it might have been Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle.
It was Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. So I think about shit in those terms too. So if I'm down and like towning on a chick on that level, you know, I'm thinking, oh man, like this shit go bad. Like how can I explain this? Like you know,
Shit,
oh man.
while I'm setting up the fuck fest that we're gonna have, I'm saving text messages. I'm saving all kinds of shit.
You need one of them
I think everything is
50
set
Shades
up.
of Grey. Like you need contract. You know, I do them S&M contracts and shit. Like, you need a safe word and shit. Like.
Yeah, man, that shit don't do nothing for me though. That shit make my fucking dick go soft.
See what it is? It's like a lot of times black chicks don't be into that shit. Now it is like a small percentage of
black
them
chicks
that
are really into man on man shit. I don't know if you've
What
ever,
you mean?
like a lot.
Like
a lot.
watching it.
Yeah, like watching like on the porn and shit.
What type of black chicks though?
Fat ones.
All right.
I swear to God, the three bitches who said it, they happen to be fat bitches, but maybe that's the type of thing.
I don't think it's like in the ghetto, like hood black chicks that's into watching that shit.
I don't fuck with ghetto hood black.
I know that.
I don't fuck with them types.
I couldn't picture that. No. I mean,
yeah, they're really into like fucking man on man gay porn. At least the ones that I've been around.
I can't picture like gay dudes being into man on man porn. It just that's how bizarre it is to me. Like I'm cool. You can keep that shit.
Hey, that's crazy though. The people that probably watch gay porn the most probably is women though.
It is women. They watch it more than gay men do.
Yeah, that him saying that made me
fuck.
think of that. Though.
Yeah, I mean, well, I watched this one fucking documentary where it was a documentary on porn in general, but one of the aspects of it was gay porn, and a lot of the dudes who do it, they say they're not gay.
Yeah, I saw.
No, I ain't trying to hear that.
I saw
shit.
something like that on MTV.
Nope.
What's that shit they used to have?
How your
True Life?
How your dick get hard?
Oh, the check.
Oh, yeah, I ain't trying to hear that.
The funds.
You can't see. Women could do that shit. Women could turn off. They could turn gay on and off and shit. You know, they weren't gay, and then if you get her, you could convince her to lick her friend's pussy, and then she could go back to straight tomorrow and shit. I don't think men could do that. I don't think you could just convince a dude to suck another dude's dick, and then he's just like tomorrow, like, no, I ain't gay. That shit ain't nothing to me. You know what I mean? You're a goddamn lie.
Yeah, speaking of privilege,
I think I'll be in somebody's park sucking a dick in the male's bathroom.
Women have that privilege. You know, speaking of privilege, you know, men, we don't have that privilege, and we don't need it.
I don't want it, goddammit. Yeah.
Shit.
Women get in the bar, a bar scene, and they get to kissing each other, and all the men are like, yeah, this is awesome. But you try that shit with your buddy at the bar, y'all liable to get y'all ass whooped.
Yeah, that's just in America though. That two chicks start like kissing each other in Saudi Arabia and shit. Like,
oh yeah, decapitation.
Yeah, fuck.
Fatality.
Yeah. They probably ain't even allowed in the bar.
They probably got signs.
I'm about to say they ain't allowed in no goddamn bar.
They probably got signs that should say like fellatio leads to decapitation or something like that. You know?
It's like gateway death and shit.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck gateway drug, gateway death.
Right. So that would be a female privilege. Well, let's stop calling that a privilege, because that means that they have something that that's awesome that we would want, and I don't think that any straight man would want to do that.
Well, no, I mean, in a sense, you can still call it privilege, because a lot of times you talk about white privilege, black privilege. People don't necessarily want that shit neither. Like a lot of people don't. You know, we still label it as such. You know, so white privilege is like an invisible thing. I think it's something like it's almost like a guardian angel and shit. You don't know it's there unless like somebody really can show you that motherfucker.
Right.
Like,
until you're a white guy.
It's like, it's rare. I think it's so rare, like from a day to day, like how people live their life, for something to be different. Like something different got to happen to show you that that's considered a privilege or not. If not, it's just part of your everyday life. You know? Like, for example, we live our life, even as black dudes in America, we got like first world privileges and shit. To somebody that's living in the third world country somewhere fucked up, we not thinking about, oh yeah, I don't have to pay for water and shit. Like, well, I do. In my house.
But one of our privileges definitely is that they believe that because we're black, we're good fighters. I think all white guys think that black people are good fighters.
But not
that
true.
couldn't be further from the truth. I don't know a lot of niggas who can fight. No. I know a lot of dudes. I know a lot of hood dudes. No. I don't know a lot that can fight.
Listen.
I swear to God, man, you fucking around with some of these goddamn white dudes who fucking know UFC and shit. Shit can go left real quick.
That's the difference. No, this is what it is. I don't know if anybody ever broke it down for you, but this is how it is. Black dudes are naturally better fighters than white dudes.
Why you think that is?
Only for a certain period of time.
True.
Listen.
It's like Mike Tyson and shit. If you make it out the first round, this nigga ain't shit.
Yeah, white dudes have better stamina when it come to fighting. Like
they can take more punches too.
A black dude to whoop you. A black dude. I be telling my friends in the past, like when we used to have problems,
they fucking hit the L and R trigger and shit on the controller,
hold it down and shit.
Like
Super Saiyan and shit. Like, and that's real because I used to tell my
it's super Caucasian.
I used to tell my friends, like when we used to have problems with like white dudes and shit, like racial type of problems. Yeah. Like, bro, you gotta knock this motherfucker
get him out of there fast,
real quick.
Yeah,
cause
get up out of there.
Cause I grew up with white dudes. You know how it be. Like, motherfucker, like beat itself up before the fight even started.
He's right. You
like,
slamming this shit up against the wall.
You
like,
can't fuck with that.
I don't know if I want parts of that.
We have like burst. We have like quick burst of energy and shit like that, you know. So that's like athletics and shit. Sports, most of the time, it's like little bursts. It's not long ass. That's why white dudes can play soccer.
I think the black guy's special move, the LNR trigger, is the ability to talk you out of wanting to fight me. Because I'm gonna say the toughest shit. What's up, my nigga? What the fuck you trying to do, bro? You won't see me? That talk the white guy out of it. He gets scared and shit.
Dude, right. You want to do this really? No.
You want to take it there?
Yeah. After that,
we can go there.
If he don't fall for our special move, he can actually wrestle and shit.
Intimidation factor. Yes, and that's another thing. White dudes can wrestle, and we can box better.
We good at throwing jabs.
Because I think boxing, like we talking about dancing and shit, it's kind of like a rhythm. It's a timing thing.
Hand-eye coordination type thing.
You know, but when it comes to like wrestling and shit, that's just like white dudes are just strong as shit, like for extended periods of time.
And they get on top of you, then what you go do?
And we got like short bursts of wind and energy. That's why I'm saying like we can do basketball. The court look big with this timeouts. You can take plays off past the ball.
That's why we don't fuck with soccer.
You know,
shit
exactly.
Is continuous running.
Only black dudes can play soccer are Africans.
Yeah, because all they do is run all the time.
Right, niggas ain't had much to do. You know, like, they didn't have much to do. So it's like, fuck it. Like, they ain't even heard of basketball. And if they heard about basketball and football growing up, they wouldn't even be good at soccer.
Right.
They ain't even had to play it. Like, you ever noticed, like, even the ones that are good at basketball and shit, like, oh, he just learned how to play basketball 2 years
like
ago.
3 years ago, because he saw a fucking video of Elijah White.
He already 35 and shit, talking about he's 16 on his birth certificate. Like, we know better than that. Like, that's a black privilege right there. We get to lie. If we a foreign black person, we get to lie on our birth certificate.
Yeah, I mean, I think their initial belief that we are all about that life. They think we all got a gun, or it's in the car somewhere.
That's a fear thing.
Exactly. So we're able to push that on them when the shit get real. Like, hey, you want me to go to the motherfucking trunk?
It's like,
you know what I'm saying? They shit in the goddamn trunk, but a baby stroller in that bitch. But he think I got a fucking full AR,
shoes and shit.
Right? I got basketball shoes in the car.
You want me to tell me you ain't packing heat?
Not at the moment.
I feel so relieved right now. I was scared.
Honestly, I'd rather not have the gun because
I got my concealed carry, but I don't carry it no more.
I had like more problems, I think, if I have it.
I did have problems. I got fucking locked up.
Because
that's why I don't carry it no more.
I'm looking to solve the issue faster. You know, like it ain't even about probably trying to even shoot nobody. It's just knowing the fact that I got that bitch allow me to go or down the dark road even further and shit for no reason. Just because it's like a false sense of security.
When you carry a gun, you definitely don't give a shit about
you
nothing.
Thinking you got the Hulk.
Yeah, like what's somebody gonna say to you when you got a gun?
Yeah,
unless they got a bigger gun.
Yeah, that shit weak as hell.
And they actually go to the shooting range, because black dudes do not go to the shooting range. Black dudes watch Menace to Society.
I've been there twice
and believe that you can just hold the fucking gun to the side and all the shits is gonna connect, right?
Forgetting about that shit.
So if you happen to get in a shootout with a black guy, he likely will never connect.
Yeah, we go to the shooting range and shit is horrible. It's real bad.
If we go to the shooting range, it's to take pictures for Facebook or Twitter or something like that. Y'all gonna see us with this AK.
They be about that life, you know, teaching like, oh yeah, that's crazy. We super shitty when it come to like professional shoot. You'll never see black dudes. I don't never see black dudes like in archery contests and shit like that, bow and arrows.
For one, that shit is expensive. Fucking rounds are expensive.
Yes.
Ain't nobody trying to buy all that shit.
Speaking of archery, I hate to cut you off, man. I seen a really funny meme today, and I wanted to tell y'all about it. It's pretty funny. Why didn't the Mexican go bow hunting?
Because they were not giving out free burritos.
No, because he didn't habanero. That's pretty good, right?
He did the top and down roll. That is a good one.
I seen that today. I lost it. Oh, it was good.
But it's like,
We're so racist.
yo, like people fear you as a black dude, right?
And I'm big.
So you get to talk that extra shit, right? I ain't super big, but I'm skinny.
You're dark skinned.
And I'm dark, real dark. So that helped me.
Actually gives you another level of fear.
Yeah.
Because with a black guy, the darker you are, the more of a fearful character
I got this term. It's like
you like Drake. Nobody fucking respects Drake.
Exactly.
Everybody think they can whoop his ass.
Yeah, Asian dudes like that never fought before. Like random, like I'm trying to think, like some Mexican dude with like one leg and shit. He ain't afraid of Drake. I'm just like getting ridiculous with it. Like nobody is afraid of. That's why he got swole for a little minute. You know,
he did kind of get big.
Then he went back.
Joe Budden said that. Joe Budden said he got liposuction twice. That's pretty gay.
Yeah,
I think.
Especially when you ain't even fat. Wow,
trying to be sexy.
If you getting liposuction as a male, you need to be like, you got to be certifiably fat, like Biggie type fat.
Yeah, liposuction.
Like
though. It ain't like he got gastric bypass surgery.
No, I'm just still.
Liposuction is that's a female surgery. That's not something that men
you want
get.
your little D'Angelo thing,
the
show and shit? Fuck that, man.
Like nigga, you Drake. They gonna fuck anyway. What are you doing?
Right, he want to be Khal Drago and shit. Like, hey, come on, man. Oh man, wow, that's fucked up. But yeah, like I was saying, they're afraid of you.
Right.
That's black privilege.
Mm-hmm.
So a white dude will run up on you as fast,
but think about that though. Is that real black privilege?
Yes, it is.
Hold on.
In a sense, but it's
check this out.
Too.
Check this out.
It's a sense of security.
Yes, exactly.
Can I jump in this real quick?
Yeah, jump in this.
As a white dude.
Okay.
All right. Throughout high school, I was what people would refer to as a freak. You know, had to fucking band T-shirts, wore it all black and stuff. That was a defense mechanism to keep motherfuckers from talking to me.
Really?
When it worked. And I'd say that's a privilege. You know, like, hey, I don't want these motherfuckers talking to me.
I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been wearing this fucking Metallica shirt for 3 fucking days.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, I can see that. But check this out. Okay, so we got the fear thing. Mm-hmm. We're more likely to be feared. I don't think that's so much of a privilege because
it can be in certain
that shit get niggas killed really quick by police officers.
They do.
A lot of time when police officers kill black guys, I don't think it's because they're racist. I don't think a lot of white cops are going out like, fuck, I'm about to eat this fucking cornflakes and I'm gonna shoot a nigga today. I don't think that they go out with those thoughts. I think that they have issues with black guys, and instead of them using their non-lethal weapons because they are afraid of us, because they do think we all can fight, they don't want to get it into the fisticuffs, so, a challenge to see who could fight the best, and they think they're gonna get fucking beat to death, so they just instantly pull out the lethal weapon and take them out. So I think that that's not a good privilege. Like with white guys, if a cop has to fight another white guy, he's not afraid the white guy's gonna beat him to death and fucking do the butterfly on his body. With a fucking black guy, he thinks that might be his last day, so they instantly, neutralize them forever.
You're right about that.
Every black dude is Mike Tyson,
pretty much,
or Holyfield and shit.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Like we all fucking can fight, and we're gonna beat you to death. So you need to, neutralize us forever.
Yeah, that's right. Because when I think about all the videos and shit I done seen, where like I done seen like white cops whooping black dudes' ass and shit, but it's usually like a gang of cops. Like when they catch the motherfucker on the
Once
side
they
of the
finally
highway
run his ass down,
oh, it's like 13 of them dashing to your ass.
They can't wait.
You can like handcuff yourself and lay down. They still gonna power drive.
They're gonna jump on your knees
ass
first.
Now, only time I've seen like black dudes fighting a cop, and the cop is like fighting the black dude one-on-one. The cop was also black.
Yeah. You will never see like a white cop actually square up with the black guy. He's gonna put him down.
I almost want to see that though.
That's not gonna happen.
I want to see it though.
I'm seeing white guys
his gun jam and his taser, and they just gotta
versus
fight. I just want to see it. Like, fuck it, man. American Ninja Warrior.
He walk up and just drop the belt, bring it on.
Oh, that'd be gangster though, just to see that.
That's a Denzel movie just waiting to happen. Him and Ray Liotta,
Fucking Denzel, the same fucking guy in every movie. Literally, say he's not the dude from Training Day in every single movie.
He is.
He plays that part really good though. He's the best at it, but he is literally that fucking dude.
I guarantee it.
He was Ray Allen's dad.
He 3 dudes. He like 3 different dudes.
But they all that same nigga though.
No, they not. Like so you think that's the same dude? That's the same Denzel as the Denzel in Taken Pelham 1, 2, 3?
Yes.
Nah.
Yeah, the plane movie.
No, that's the Train movie with John Travolta.
That was a good one.
I ain't never seen that.
You ain't seen
I don't
that?
fuck with
That's
John
good as
Travolta.
hell. See, he played a
He
different
freak.
type of docile type role in that movie. Like
He's the same nigga. Same with Will Smith. Will Smith the same nigga.
Yeah,
too.
Will Smith overrated.
He's the same
as
guy.
an
Never. He
actor.
cry good though. When he cry, if you ever seen I Am Legend, it'll make you feel.
He do
something.
got a sad. His face don't move as much, like just enough.
Like when his dad shitted on him on the Fresh Prince,
Yeah.
Ben Vereen, and he
Yeah.
wasn't taking.
I just watched that video today, man.
That shit is sad, right?
It is.
Why don't he want me, man? That's it. Fuck, nigga. I just want him. Just
But
take him, nigga.
it's like black dudes is also afraid of like white dudes too, like, but they like usually like cops and shit. Like, if you ever notice, like black women don't give a fuck. Black women are braver than black dudes. You ever
They
see
really
like these like protests and shit? The black dudes and shit is arguing with the cop, but they still like taking steps back and shit. Like, fuck you, motherfucker.
The black woman coming forward
She
with a
running up,
machete.
like, fuck you. She always the first one to get arrested and shit, and you know all this, that, and the third, while we on the sideline acting like bitches.
Right.
And we calling them bitches, but they the real soldiers and
Exactly.
shit. But you know, like, we afraid of white guys with authority. And like black dudes are in America. It seemed like if you just like a regular, average, everyday civilian or citizen and shit, it's like, oh yeah, certain black dudes will just like try to pick on you and shit just because it's like, oh yeah, my bad, the world been beating me down and shit. You know, now it's time for me to come take it out on you. So that's the flip side of it, you know. So it's like, it ain't never good at all times. It's just like in certain settings. That's what people need to realize when we talking about privilege in general. White privilege exists, but only in certain settings. You know, if you were around a bunch of white people, let's say you around like in a community with nothing but white people, right?
Right.
You're not gonna see it all the time because it's still a high end and a low end in every demographic. So you might be on the low end of that shit and you can't see your white privilege. But if somebody else from the outside come in and experience something different, then they'll point it out to you. So it's like, we don't even, as black people, we don't even know sometimes we have black privilege until a chick like that make a post on Facebook. So sometimes we can't accept it when we need to.
Exactly.
Too, you know, so it's crazy.
The privilege thing, you can see it clearly when situations happen. Like, if you were a black guy like me in high school, I was still popular because I was a jock. I played basketball, but I was a big reader. When people, a normal thing that motherfuckers say is, "Oh man, put down that book. You acting white."
Yeah, I used to hear that.
God damn it!
I heard that.
What does that mean?
Right.
So me trying to better myself and be intelligent and learn things is acting white. So you would say, well, what is acting black?
Yeah.
Being stupid. Not fucking reading, robbing people, killing people. So that's acting black. Just like the privilege. And I don't like the word privilege. I think that's where it gets fucked up. I think that's where white people fight it. They're like, God damn it, it's not. I'm not a privilege. I didn't ask for this shit,
Right.
and they didn't ask for it, and none of us asked for it to be, you know, the races that we are. But to act like these things don't exist, and you know, the society that we live in isn't built on these types of structures. I think that's the issue. To not be able to be like, all right, you know, yeah, that could be true, but shit, I didn't ask for that shit, and I can't control it.
I mean, what would you label it? Like, if you didn't even label it as like white privilege, what else could you possibly label it?
The breaks. These are the breaks, right? I mean, I always tell people that, like, listen, all right, goddammit, white people run this country, okay? Fucking get over it. If black people ran this country, guess who would have all the privileges? Right, exactly. Guess who would have the privileges? If Mexicans run this country, guess who would have the privileges? If white people happen to run this country, it's always going to be that way. If you don't like it, you might want to
It'd be
fucking
nice if
vacate
we
to
could,
another
like,
country.
swap
But it's
out.
never going to go away.
It'd be nice if we can swap privileges or like just like social roles and shit every like 2 years or something.
Yeah, so it's the black people turn. That's the fucking Mexicans turn. But then the Mexicans would fucking end up taking over everything because on some real shit, they got the biggest population if they all start flooding into this motherfucker.
They 2 years. and
Which is
shit.
what Trump is trying to stop with the wall. So the wall, you think that's a good idea? You think the wall is a good idea?
They ain't never gonna build a goddamn wall.
Look, this dumbass nigga, he's trying to make them build it. That's the plan.
He's trying to.
I ain't even solely about the wall, but I'm like, goddamn, man, we need a better plan than that. You can't tell people like, all right, we need this wall, but Mexico, you build it for us since y'all owe us money.
That's some gangsta
like, all right,
shit.
just go to war with them, goddamn it, because that's what it's gonna come down to. Because then Mexico is not gonna fucking build our fucking Game of Thrones wall for us. That's just not gonna fucking happen. Like, that's not a plan, Trump. That's just fucking not a plan.
Winter is coming.
Right, come better than that. All right, just say we gonna build the wall. Then that's acceptable. But they're not gonna build the wall that's meant to keep them out of here. Like,
He crazy and cocky.
kind of
I'm
request
surprised
is
he
that?
didn't like say he'd pay for it himself and shit. Like, you know.
Hell no, that shit costs too goddamn much.
What I don't get about that whole plan is if he's going to have Mexico build it, who's to say Mexico ain't gonna build like some secret doors or a,
They already be like having.
This is the weak spot. We're gonna build a tunnel under this spot right here.
I mean, what the fuck you thinking this is, like 16th century or something? Like planes and shit don't exist. Like, we built this wall, now we're good. Like, okay, because planes don't exist.
Shit.
Fucking water don't exist.
Not even just airplanes, ladders.
Imagine that. Because how fucking tall is this wall gonna be?
Exactly.
And how long is it?
A rope and a grappling hook, maybe even.
That wall.
If you get desperate,
You know what's crazy? They could easily afford the wall though.
Who could?
America.
Oh hell yeah, we can afford anything.
Like,
Just
because
print money.
we be building all these experimental fucking fighter jets that be like $16 billion that fly maybe once or twice. Like, come on, man. Just choose not to build one of these motherfuckers,
Right,
and
just
you got
build the
enough
wall.
money for the wall and some. The wall can't be $1 billion.
No,
Like, come on, man.
No, I think it is a fucking terrible idea, altogether.
But we know that this shit.
I can't believe so many people are with it. They're like, oh yeah, like intelligent people are actually with the idea and shit.
Listen, it's a talking point.
It's not though.
The wall, it works because we got to deal with NAFTA. How the fuck you gonna talk about building a wall to keep the citizens out when you got all these deals and secret connections with the same country that you trying to shit on in the first place? They not about to do anything to Canada or Mexico because we dependent upon each other at this point.
Right.
It is what it is.
And I'm just looking
It's
at my
just a talking
Facebook
point.
friends and shit. My poor Facebook friends, like fucking live in a trailer. He like, yeah, Trump, he understands us. Like, nigga, he's a billionaire. If he woke up with your life, he'd kill himself. He'd kill himself and everybody he knew if he woke up with your life. He has nothing in common with you. None of us, for that matter. Like, none of them are doing anything in our best. And it's like, if you say anything bad about Trump, they immediately think that you're a Hillary fan. Like, oh, I guess
So
vote for Hillary.
You gonna vote for that?
No, I ain't voting for that bitch. I ain't voting for none of them. I've never voted one. I wouldn't waste the fucking gas
There's
money.
one chick on my Facebook. She just stay going in on Hillary. I had to ask her, like, damn, you voting for Trump? She like, no, I ain't voting for Trump. I'm like, oh.
This felt personal.
So, and then she gonna vote for Trump though, because
Yeah,
she
she
started
gonna
making excuses for him and shit though. It's on some level I understand why people like Trump, but the problem with that is like, how can you take him serious though?
That's why I can't take
You
him
know
seriously.
this dude, like, come on,
This
man.
is like reality show dude. Like, this is the dude who fires people and shit. Like,
Everybody know
like
Trump.
really, he's gonna be the leader?
He talks so much shit about everybody and nobody. It's like, I don't know. It's almost like Trump damn near got black privilege.
What you think about Bernie?
Trump got black
What
privilege.
about Bernie?
Fuck Bernie. Trump got black privilege. He got like,
He got orange privilege.
yeah. He got like he green privilege. You got, if you get
There
so
you
much
go.
money,
There you go.
you get so much money, you can talk so much shit. Like we talking about. Oh man, I'm trying to compare him to somebody else. It's not many people that's willing to be that brave, honestly, to step out on that limb.
I
like him.
don't even know, honestly, how much he was trying to win. I honestly think that he
It was
just
an
did this
accident.
whole thing coming into it, just trying to get publicity for his other shit, television stuff. And then he's like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to go in there, I'm just going to say some shit, man. I'm just going to fuck it. Like, he ain't fucking write no fucking speeches or nothing. He like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it all off the top of the head. And then he like, oh shit, they like it.
Shit.
I'm saying all this shit about
I need to
Mexicans,
say
and oh my god, they actually, it feel like to me he's trying to lose. They gave his wife the speech of the current first lady. And I'm like, okay, clearly you're not going to get away with this. The last bitch just did this goddamn speech. And they gave it to her. And I feel like he's trying to lose, but his supporters won't let him lose. They're like, no, it's all right.
Like,
he can do anything.
People be like, they won't let me be great.
Right.
It's like the opposite. Like, they won't let me fail. Like, goddamn. Like, man, it's like, like, speaking of the black shit, right? It's like some black dudes did enough for us as a culture, right, that we willing to forgive some shit. But like, what have Trump? I don't know. I'm asking y'all, since y'all white. You might know. Like, what has Trump done for white culture to like for people to give him this many passes and shit?
All his fucking companies and shit are in Mexico and China. He don't even leave his business.
I already know the answer to the question. I'm just asking in case I'm blinded by.
If you know our esteemed producer, if you know any white people who are voting for Trump, have they told you why? The reasoning?
Well, I know my dad, my stepmom are huge Trump supporters.
Okay, have they said why ever?
Not in like a clear answer. No, not really.
And that's kind of like Trump. He never has a clear answer. He never anybody asks him anything. He just keeps rebuttaling with, "We're going to make America great again."
I think what they like about him the most is like his don't take no shit attitude,
bravery, courage.
Yeah, to stand up and say some outlandish shit that he says.
He is a courageous motherfucker.
Yeah.
I give him that. I definitely give him that.
And I gotta be honest with y'all. I like Trump.
What you like about him?
Not for
Well, see, this is good because we have some source material here.
Not for like a president. Like, I don't think he'd be like the super best president, but he'd be entertaining as fuck.
I like him to hang out with. Like, we could fucking get some beers and shit.
Honestly, black people like.
I know a lot of black people that like Trump.
Like,
I just don't want him running the country.
It's just like you said, not as the president though.
Yeah, I think he'd be great. Like if he showed up at the barbecue, like, hey, guess what? I brought some Dos Equis. Come on, let's have a few beers and hang out.
He do like he drink Dos Equis.
You know who Donald Trump is in real life? Ric Flair.
Pretty much. He's the real life Ric Flair.
Wheeling dealing.
He just says some scary shit, man. The shit that he says is scary to black people,
Ric Flair,
but it's not scary to white people. When you say things like, especially when your tagline is "Make America Great Again." Now, coming from a black point of view, that's terrifying.
Like, how great are we?
What do you mean? How far back are we going here? What do you mean by making great again? Because I don't remember it being great in the past for black people. So he needs to fucking tell us, how far back are we talking, man? Are we talking the 80s or something? Then I'm fucking with you. Cool. But if we talking the 50s and 40s now,
you got to be going back at least more than 500 years. You know, in America wasn't even America then. Right. So it's like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, he just needs to really tell us exactly what the fuck he mean by that.
I get what he's saying though. That's why I hate.
Break it down to me. What
I hate about people like him because they too dumb to like explain their own.
I don't think he know. I don't even think he came up.
He
with that
do
shit.
know. This is what he's talking about. It's all about security. Right. You know, like as we get older and become more responsible, you also become more conservative with your money and things of that nature, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't give a fuck what nobody says. As liberal as you think you want to be,
right.
The more mature your ass become, you should become more conservative.
Right.
You know, with a lot of things, especially your money. So most white people is rocking with him for the money issue. Right. You know, he trying to make sure that everybody great. Like, you know how like people care about like state politics more than federal politics. Mm-hmm. He almost act like a state politician because they care more about like your individual security. Like, fuck depending on the government, fuck expecting them to help you. They skep as hell. I'm not even a part of the government. I'm just here because I recognize y'all going through some real shit. You know, this how he connecting with people. He trying to give them security. The world dealing, he fear mongering.
But I think the issue is that he don't have a plan at all.
Well, nobody ever had a plan.
I know, but you can't just say shit that we all know. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna fucking fix this shit. We gonna all get some money. We about to have a fucking good time here. And then everybody be like, all right, what's the plan? And he's like,
why can't he?
We're gonna make America great again. Because you need to have a plan.
What? Hold on. All right.
Something. You can't, like, Mexicans is his plan. Like, Mexicans gonna build a wall for us, y'all. And then pretty much that's gonna fix everything.
But if you break down the details of everybody's political campaign,
right?
What was George Bush's plan? What was Obama's plan? Other than the bullshit tagline, hope and freedom, and I don't even remember what Bush was screaming and shit. Well, did he even have one? He probably showed up like with his name. We just put his business card down. Like, I'm George Bush Jr.
I'm Bush Jr.
Like, but it's like, just like most of the time people don't even have a real plan. It's not a plan. What it is like, oh, I'm gonna surround myself with these people that had plans in the past.
Listen, that's a good thing.
I'm taking.
That's the good thing about Trump. If Trump wins, Trump's such a real nigga. I know he don't even want the job. He's not gonna do the job. He's gonna surround himself with really intelligent people to do the job for him. I don't think he has any interest whatsoever.
But that's what's happening. That's how it happens anyway. It's crazy how like we expect one person to do so much.
It's really about Congress.
We know that
because you can't do shit without Congress, regardless of what you say. If Congress don't fucking okay that fucking wall, that wall is not gonna happen.
It's like, would you want Ric Flair to take Vince McMahon's job? You think he gonna ruin the WWE? So it's the same thing. It's like, you very entertaining and we like you on some levels. We just don't want you to run the country. He just too like. And
I don't like his rallies, man. His rallies, man, they look like Klan rallies to me. I don't like the way them rallies look.
But honestly, like if I was a older white person, I wouldn't have a problem with Trump.
Yeah, I know, but I'm a young black man, so I have a huge problem.
I mean, I
can understand the whole white person.
Absolutely. Like, what Trump remind me of, like, I don't even think Trump, like, want to be racist. He, like, one of those dudes.
I don't think he is racist.
I think he accidental racist.
He's orange. I mean,
he hates everybody.
Yeah.
He don't have a filter. Like, he like smart dumb. Like, you'll be around so many like smart people throughout life, and they like rub off on you so much that you somehow become smart and shit, even though you dumb as hell.
Sound
like,
smart.
Yeah, he don't even sound smart most of the time. He just know like what to do. He have like the connections and things of that nature.
He can make shit happen.
That he can do.
Yeah, young Trump. I would have rather young Trump ran for this shit more so than old Trump, because older Trump is much more cocky than young Trump. We thought young Trump was cocky and shit when you watch him back on old clips and shit on Oprah and all this other shit. And
he said some freaky shit on one of them shows. He said he'll fuck his daughter if it wasn't his daughter.
He said, yeah,
can't say that type of shit.
She looks so good and shit.
Yeah, he was like, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd date her. Like, what? How did this thought process even get in your head?
It's a smart, dumb statement, because he was smart enough.
That's not smart.
No, he was smart enough to recognize that his daughter was beautiful. He was too dumb to properly explain what he was trying to say. And all he was saying is that...
exactly what he meant to say.
I hope not. I hope not. I hope not.
I think he said that type of shit, man. We can't have him at the fucking UN fucking meetings and shit saying shit like
his
that.
Son,
what do you think he's gonna say to other races and shit at the fucking UN meetings? He gonna get us all killed. We can't let him go.
I don't know. Maybe they like real shit like that. Maybe
the
president is probably real like that behind the scenes anyway.
Well, Obama don't
just
do
all
shit
of them, like
fucking,
period.
He be in the White House playing basketball with niggas and shit. He be inviting NBA players. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Stop, man. They watching you. They know you want to play basketball and cook out, nigga. They be in there grilling, grilling hot dogs and
picnics and shit.
Secret Service at Sam's Club buying ribs and shit.
I'll get some of that Grippo's powder from you. Like, stop it, man. They watching. You fucking it up for everybody.
You think that Obama exercises black privilege enough?
What you mean? What you mean by that?
Well, I don't think he exercises black privilege at all, and I say why. Like,
I think he do some real black man shit sometimes. That one time,
but it's only from like a swag standpoint.
I know he got swag though. His swag is nice, man. Yeah. He got a nice little pimp step and shit.
But that don't mean shit at the end of the day.
It do though. That's the black privilege. One time he did a speech and then he fucking dropped the mic like a fucking raccoon and shit. That shit was fucking dope, man. Ain't no president ever did that before.
That's not black privilege. That's black style.
I know, but Bush wouldn't have got away with that. It wouldn't have been cool if he would have did it.
If he did it, he would have. Bush said
he like, I don't drop mics, I drop buildings.
Bush
let's not get into that though.
Bush said the war was over, like, and that shit still ain't over. Like, he been that gone. So he got away with some shit too. That's what I'm saying. Like, the black privilege we was talking about, we can get away with saying some real shit. Obama ain't never once, in my opinion, said some real shit.
Like some real nigga shit. Because he's from Southside Chicago too. He's from like a super hood place and shit. Like, so you know it's in him somewhere.
A lot of people that don't like Obama, they be like, oh yeah, he raised baiting because he'd go in there and give some little lame sob ass story about, oh yeah, I identify with people being hurt and shit.
Black lives matter.
That don't mean shit. Like, just because you like saying you see,
right?
All you saying is you see something. I seen something happen. I seen that shit. That's all. I seen that shit. That's fucked up. That's it. I seen that. That's essentially what he doing. He ain't never got up there and said no real shit. Like, look,
damn shame what happened.
Look, we all know the police system has been corrupt since the beginning of the police system in America when they were implemented to catch runaway slaves. Now that's some real shit.
He should have said that. Why don't he say that shit? That's real shit, though, and that's a fact.
He not exercising his black privilege.
Why though? Why?
Because he afraid.
What are you afraid of?
I think he was afraid of getting shot.
Yeah,
we forget.
He was high on that list to be, one of the presidents.
Remember when he won? Like, they had the big ass glass thing up there. It was real. I swear to God, I was waiting. Like, was like some shit.
I didn't think he would make it the whole. I didn't think he would make it the whole 8 years.
At least a few of them. Then he got reelected. Like, it's crazy. Do you think that the next black president will exercise that?
I don't think it's gonna be another one.
They
let him slip in on accident.
That wasn't accident.
They let him slip in.
It was right time.
Shit got real the second he got in. Then he became like a fucking Muslim who was trying to get Muslims in here. Then he was the Antichrist. For a long time he was the Antichrist and shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought that he might have been. It's a possibility.
Gonna be the Antichrist.
Listen, you know that we got. I don't know if y'all know. I'm gonna feel y'all in. We got a category of shit that's it's in the possibility thing. It's
you
like
think that possibly he could be the Antichrist?
It was possible.
How?
Listen, let me tell you why. Look, I'm anti-religion, right? But it's possible that this shit exists, right? It's possible.
What is?
Anything
like
possible.
Like like the way they say like God is, like God exists, right? Jesus and all that stuff, right? Antichrist. All that might be real, right? We don't think it's real. We don't have any real.
It's real in the way that Spider-Man is real.
Right.
It's possible.
But it's possible, technically, that a motherfucker can get bit by a spider and possibly get some type of powers from it.
Some strong powers.
Technically, right?
Right.
That's all I'm saying. So this motherfucker was so smooth, it had so much swag, and I'm like, white people love this dude, and they consider him running for president. We didn't have like Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and all these other motherfuckers. There's been some other black dudes that was like reasonable over time, but these motherfuckers get dismissed about time it's the second debate.
Right.
But they was loving this dude. I'm like, something can't be right. He gotta be the devil. He gotta be the Antichrist. It can't be real. How can America like be so in love with this black dude that popped out of nowhere? This motherfucker don't have no real long political history. Like, oh yeah, we warmed up to the nigga.
He ain't had no birth certificate either. What was up with that shit?
Like, we don't even know this motherfucker. He probably ain't even from here. Like, we don't even know who his daddy is. Like, he might be a Muslim. Like, y'all let all this shit
was all over the place, though.
How did he be a foreign Muslim racist dude that we don't know anything about?
And he becomes the president.
And he become the president. In America, as racist as we think it is,
he
gotta be the devil.
Gotta be.
See what I mean? See how that end up in the possibilities? See? Yeah. And he didn't exercise his black privilege. Shame on you.
Well, he still got a couple months. What, he got 4 to 6 months?
I think them last 2 weeks gonna be off the chain.
Them last 2 weeks gonna be lots of nigga shit. Lots of nigga shit up there on the podium. Because y'all can't do shit to me now. He gonna show up listening to fucking Schoolboy Q, fucking shirt off tattoos and shit.
He been had a tat. Y'all ain't even know. He got hella tats under there. But
man, shit. I think, guys, that we went over our hour, man. This is an hour show normally. We gonna try to keep it at that. Sometimes it might run over. You never know. When we get back next week, we should have a fucking theme song for y'all, like some really cool shit. And we're going to be talking about some more, pretty hot button topics, man. So if y'all like this, make sure that you send it out to your friends, have them subscribe. I mean, we ain't going no fucking where regardless, but it will help us out if you would subscribe and have your friends subscribe.
Yeah, go to iTunes, or you can download, if you got an Android phone, you can download other podcast apps. I have one on mine called Pocket Cast. What's the one you have?
The one that I use is called...
It's on the Android.
Was it Stitcher?
Yeah. Podcast Republic.
Podcast Republic.
Yeah, we will be on Stitcher. We will be on iTunes. So probably everything will be up probably later this week. iTunes, you got to have a first episode to go up and all that stuff.
Right.
So after today, just be looking for it. In the meantime, you can check it out. Go to kyhbb.com. I'm sure we'll have links up where you can click and listen to the show live from the site. Also on our Facebook page. We have a Twitter account. We don't have any followers yet. We're not following anybody, but we're going to change that. We're going to work on that.
Yes, sir.
And you can find links on Facebook, Twitter, kyhbb.com, the whole nine.
Yeah, yep. So, man, this is a show, Shit I Shouldn't Say podcast. This show was actually brought to you from Fred Savage from Wonder Years. So we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. I hope you guys have a great day.
Yeah.